Okay, everybody, I am so excited today because I am joined by Jacob Batalon, who is the star of Reginald the Vampire, which it premieres tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern on SYFY. How you doing today, Jacob?
Hey man, I'm good. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. I'm really excited to talk to you. I'm honored for you to even be on my show. And
Thank you, man.
this is just great work by you. And the script also surprised me how sharp and funny it was, but also your
Yeah,
comic delivery in this show.
yeah,
So did you do any improvising here?
yeah. I think Harley and Jeremiah and all the producers were really trusting of me to take this character and sort of make it into my own. And there was times where we had discussions on whether or not we should do certain things or convey certain things. And I think that it all turned out really well. And it was a big gamble for them. I wouldn't trust me with a bag of chips. So it's like with a whole show, oof, man.
Yeah, no, but they definitely made the right call here. And
Thank you, man.
also being the lead of a show like this, is that feel like kind of being the quarterback of a cast? Like, is there an extra responsibility for you on set, you know?
Yeah, I would say that if anything else, it's sort of like extra pressure you put on yourself, and
Mm,
I think for me, I really wanted to make sure that everyone that was on was comfortable and felt safe and okay to be vulnerable and perform to the best of their abilities, because that's sort of like the culture that I was growing up in with films. And I just want to continue that sort of like vibe. I don't like when people feel stressed in their job. I don't like when
mm.
they feel like they have to perform and they don't feel good in it. I relish watching actors grow, in this process. So I definitely, that's really where I want to go with that.
Yeah, I like that answer. And it's great that you're so thoughtful about that. And you mentioned too your film career. Is there you've worked with so many acclaimed actors. Was there
Yeah.
anything you learned from any of them that kind of you bring to your work now and forever?
Yeah, I think when it comes to work specifically, I would say just the energy and the vibes that they brought. I think that you find the most successful people, you would think that they'd be jaded by the world and by life because they're so famous and successful, but it's as if like they're still like new people to the industry. They're still excited, they're so hype. And but another thing that I've sort of gathered is that they understand that there's more to life than filmmaking and being in movies and being famous. That things like fame are fickle, and that what
Mm.
really matters is what is your own happiness. And bringing that sort of energy and that sort of culture to other people is probably the most rewarding experience from that.
Yeah, that's great. And that's just a nice message you're saying there too. And also just being in TV now compared to film, was there something that stood out to
Yeah.
you that you liked better about TV than film?
Uh, you know, it's I think it's the pace. I think like I feel like I thrive more under pressure, in that you have to learn like 12 pages of dialogue and then shoot out a complete day with 5 different scenes, and you're like, well, fucking let's get to it, and but with movies you're sort of like sitting around all day just waiting for the shot to be set up, and then like you take like a solid few takes, and then it takes another 45 minutes to set up the next scene, and then the cameras for that, and it's like, damn, I just want to act.
Yeah, no, that's great too. And I'm excited for you to see you in this TV realm and leading a show. It's awesome. So everybody watch Jacob crush it in Reginald the Vampire, which is out tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern on SYFY. Jacob, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to talk to you
Thank
again
you,
in the
man. Thanks for
future.
having me on.